What if we told you there are just 5 simple exercises that could help you climb stairs like you did 20 years ago in this video? I'll show you exactly what they are, why they matter for every person over 70, and one small trick at the end that's helped hundreds of my patients reduce pain in their knees and hips without surgery, without pills. Do stairs make you hesitate now? Used to be easy, but after 70, even a few steps can leave your knees aching, your hips sore, and your confidence shaken. If you'd like to explore this topic further, just comment the number 1 below. It lets us know you're here and you care. And if you want more helpful, age-friendly tips like this, be sure to subscribe for weekly advice that's designed with you in mind. Stick around till the end. That final tip, it's simple, powerful, and might just change the way you move every day. Let's talk about something no one warns you about when you hit your 70s. Your knees don't just age, they slowly stop working the way they used to. You might start noticing it when you go up a flight of stairs and feel that familiar tightness, or when getting out of a chair takes a little extra effort or a little extra time. At first you brush it off, but over time it starts to feel like your knees are quietly quitting on you. So what's really happening? One of the biggest reasons is something called sarcopenia. It sounds complicated, but it simply means an age-related muscle loss. It begins as early as your 30s, but it accelerates dramatically after age 60. And when you reach your 70s, that loss can become very noticeable, especially in your legs. Why does that matter? Because your knees rely on the muscles around them to function properly. Your quads in the front, your hamstrings in the back, your glutes in your hips, and even your calf muscles. They all work together to support, bend, and stabilize your knees. When those muscles shrink or weaken, either from aging or not being used enough, your knees have to work harder, and over time, they start to feel stiff, sore, and unstable. Another factor: as we age, the cartilage in our knees wears down, and the fluid that helps joints glide smoothly starts to dry up. Think of it like an old door hinge that hasn't been oiled in a while. It cracks, it resists, and eventually it sticks. Now add in reduced movement, like sitting too much, avoiding stairs, or skipping walks because of fear of pain, and you've got the perfect storm. When you stop using your knees fully, as one physical therapist put it, they stiffen, weaken, and eventually fail to support your body weight without pain. But here's the good news, and it really is good: muscle loss and joint pain aren't set in stone. You can rebuild strength, you can improve mobility, and no, you don't need fancy gym equipment, injections, or surgery to do it. You just need the right movements. That's exactly what I'll be sharing with you next. 5 simple, safe, and effective exercises that anyone over 70 can do at home to strengthen their knees, reduce pain, and move with confidence. Again, and trust me, if we can do them, so can you. Let's begin with the very first exercise, and honestly, it might be the most important one. It's called the sit to stand. And while it looks simple, it does something incredibly powerful for your knees. This move strengthens 2 of the biggest muscles that support your knee joints, your quads. That's the front of your thighs and your glutes, or what most of us just call your backside. These are the muscles that help you get out of a chair, climb stairs, and even stay balanced when walking. And the best part, you don't need a gym or any fancy equipment, just a stable chair, something that won't roll or tip in a few minutes a day. Here's how to do it. Start by sitting close to the chair's edge, not all the way back. Set your feet shoulder-width apart and gently slide them slightly back, so they're behind your knees from here. If you feel solid, or if you need support, cross your arms in front of your chest. If so, gently hold on to the armrest. Breathe. Then as you exhale, drive your feet into the floor. Tighten your thighs and glutes, and slowly stand up. Stick with me. Now that we have a firm basis from sit to stand, let's elevate very literally. This next movement is called the step up, and it is one of the best ways to train your legs for real-life events, like ascending stairs, stepping into a car, or even walking uphill. Here's the thing. After 70, a lot of us start to lose power in our legs without even realizing it. The quads are not as quick to respond, hence even a low step can suddenly feel harder. The good news is that with practice you can get that strength back. Start with a low, sturdy step, maybe a 4 to 6 in platform, or the bottom step of your staircase. Make sure it's safe with something nearby to hold on to. If you need it, a wall, a handrail, even the rear of a sturdy chair. Place your right foot flat on the center of the step, not too close to the edge, Now push through that leg and bring your left foot up to meet it. Pause at the top, standing tall, then step back down, 1 foot at a time. Sounds simple, right? But here's what to focus on. As you press up, engage your thigh and glute muscles. Don't just rely on momentum. And as you step down, go slowly. Control matters just as much on the way down as it does on the way up. Do about 10 to 15 repetitions on each leg once a day to start. And as it gets easier, you can increase the height of the step or add a few extra reps. A few common mistakes to avoid. Don't lean your body too far forward or to the side. Try not to rush. This isn't cardio. It's strength and control. And make sure your knee stays aligned with your foot, not caving inward. The step up is incredibly effective at restoring the strength and balance you need for everyday movement. And over time, you'll notice stairs feel less intimidating and more like just another step forward. Ready for the next one? In exercise 3, we're going to work on the side of the hip, a small but mighty muscle that helps prevent falls. Let's keep going. You're doing great. Alright, now let's move to the third exercise. And this one is a little less obvious, but just as important. We're going to focus on a small muscle that most people don't think about until it stops working properly. It's called the gluteus medius, and it sits on the side of your hip. Why does it matter? Because this muscle is key to stability and balance, especially when walking standing on one leg or stepping sideways. If your knees ever feel wobbly, or if you felt a bit unsteady walking on uneven ground, this could be the muscle that needs your attention. The exercise is called the side-lying leg raise, and here's how to do it. Start by lying on your side, on a soft rug, or even on your bed. If it's sturdy enough, bend your bottom leg slightly for support, and keep your top leg straight, making sure your hips are stacked, not leaning forward or back yet. Softly raise your top leg, roughly to 18 and now here's the trick off the ground. Pause for a second at the top, then lower it back down. Gently. You should feel the work right at the side of your hip. That is your gluteus medius. Kicking in. Try 10 to 15 repetitions on each side. If that feels too easy, you can add a light ankle weight or loop a small resistance band around your legs, just above the knees. Avoid swinging your leg or rolling your hips. Keep it controlled and steady. Slow is strong. This exercise may not appear like much, but it does wonders for keeping your hips and knees straight and supported. A strong glute medius helps decrease knee pain. Change to a motion that helps unlock your knees and restore movement you might have lost over the years. Stick with me. Improve posture, and most importantly, prevent falls. And after 70, that kind of control is everything. We're halfway through, and your progress is building. We're doing great so far. And now it's time for exercise 4, which is all about mobility. This one's called the heel slide, and it's one of the most gentle, low-impact ways to keep your knees moving smoothly, especially if you've been feeling stiff or locked up lately. You see, over time, and especially after 70, it's common for the range of motion in our knees to decrease. Maybe it gets harder to bend fully or to straighten your leg all the way. You might even start adjusting how you walk or sit without realizing it, all to avoid discomfort. But when your knees lose motion, they also lose strength. That's where this simple move comes in. Here's how to do a heel slide. Lie down on your back, either on a mat, your bed, or a carpeted floor. Keep both legs straight to start. Then place a small towel or cloth under one heel to help it glide more easily. Now gently slide one heel toward your body, bending the knee as far as is comfortable. Don't force it. If you have knee replacement or stiffness following surgery, merely proceed to the point where you feel a stretch, not pain. Hold for a second, then gently glide the heel back to the beginning position, 1 or twice a day. Many times utilized in physical treatment, this exercise helps restore natural movement by encouraging blood flow and maintaining the flexibility of the tissues surrounding your knee. Few recommendations: slow it down rather than rushing. If your back feels tight, you can even lay a cushion under your other knee. Although this may not look like a significant workout, minor motions have great impact on aging knees. Move slowly and steadily. With regard to breathing properly, Our active state is maintained via mobility, independent, and able to move through life without fear. And now for our final exercise. We're going to combine strength and control in a move that closely mimics real stair use. Let's finish strong. You're doing great. Alright, we've made it to the final exercise. And this one might just be the most important of all. It's called the step down, and it's incredibly effective at helping you go downstairs without pain. Something many people over 70 struggle with more than going up. Now here's the truth. Most people don't realize going down requires more control and strength than going up. Why? Because your muscles are working while lengthening. That's called eccentric strength, and it's exactly what this exercise trains. Let's walk through it. Step by step, you'll need a low, sturdy step like the bottom stair in your home, or a 4 to 6 in platform. If possible, have something nearby to hold for support. A wall or handrail works great. Feel free to start without any weight at all. Here's how you use a lightweight dumbbell or a little weighted vest instead of a 5 to 10 pound dumbbell. Now gently lower one foot down to the floor while standing erect with both feet on the step facing down the steps. Avoid merely dropping it. Once your foot strikes the floor, press through the leg on the step and return to the starting position. That is 1 rep. Do 10 to 15 on each leg, once a day, and as you get stronger, you can add a small weight for extra challenge. Let your lead leg control the motion, using your quads and glues to resist gravity. A few tips to keep in mind. Don't let your knee cave inward. Keep it aligned with your foot, or even your pinky toe. Keep your chest slightly forward, just like when you go down real stairs. Move slow. Control is everything here. This exercise doesn't just build strength, it builds confidence, especially for daily tasks, like getting down from curbs, stepping off stairs, or avoiding a fall. When your balance is tested, and if there's one move that brings all the others together, this is it. Now before we wrap up, I've got one final bonus tip. A small change in how you climb stairs that can take pressure off your knees instantly. You won't want to miss this. Let's finish strong. Now that we've covered all 5 exercises to build strength and support around your knees, I want to give you one last piece of the puzzle. It's a simple adjustment, but it can make a huge difference, especially when you're climbing stairs. Many people are unintentionally making it more difficult for themselves. When I ask patients to show me how they go upstairs, most people do not climb stairs in a way that actually protects their knees. Usually accomplish one of 2 things. They either pull themselves up using the handrail, or they try to push their body straight up while standing tall and upright. Now here's the problem with both. When you pull with your arms, or push from behind, without shifting your weight, your center of gravity stays behind the step. That means your knees are taking the full load. All that pressure goes directly into the joint, and over time that's what leads to soreness, inflammation, and instability. But there's a much better way, and it's this: lean forward, slightly at the hips, as you go up. Just a small hinge, not a slump. Think of tipping your chest forward an inch or 2, just enough to shift your weight over your front foot. That subtle shift brings your center of gravity over the step and lets your stronger muscle, your glutes and hamstrings, do the work. Instead of asking your knees to lift your whole body, you're sharing the effort with the parts of your body that are designed for power. And not only is this safer, it actually feels easier. Once you get the hang of it, let me walk you through it. Step by step. Start at the bottom of the stairs. Place one foot up on the first step before you move gently. Tip your upper body forward, not from the shoulder, but from the hips. Now press through the front foot and push up, keeping your weight slightly over your toes, not behind your heel. You can still use the handrail for balance, but don't rely on it to pull yourself up. Let your legs take the lead. Repeat that step by step each time. Feel how the movement becomes more natural. You may even notice the pressure in your knees drops immediately. That's what we want. You can practice this technique on any single step, a curb, a stair, even a low platform. Do it slowly at first. Feel the shift, and as it becomes familiar, you'll naturally use this technique every time you climb stairs. This is the kind of small adjustment that makes a big difference, because when you climb with better mechanics, you move more confidently. You're not just going upstairs, you're taking back control. And that's what this is really all about, not just exercises, not just tips, but reclaiming your strength, one simple at a time. Now that you've seen all 5 exercises in that powerful stair climbing tip, I want to take a few moments to talk about how to do this safely and how to make it work for you in real life. Because no matter how effective an exercise is, it has to be safe, realistic, and sustainable, especially if you're over 70 managing joint pain or just getting back into movement after a long break. So let's go over a few important safety guidelines and practical tips to help you move ahead confidently. First and most importantly, always pay close attention to your body. If you experience a little amount of struggle or light muscle burn, which is quite normal, but if you have intense pain in a joint, particularly in the knees, hips, or lower back, you should stop and reevaluate. While building strength, discomfort and soreness are inevitable. Pain, real, sudden, or persistent, is your body's way of asking for a different approach. Hence, don't ignore it. Rather, pause occasionally and change your foot posture using a support, or reduce your range of motion to make all the difference. If 80 to 10 sit to stands feels like too much right now, then start with 3, then these movements are designed to be scalable. Thus you can do fewer repetitions, add more support, or even break the sets into smaller parts throughout the day. Your balance is probably not what it used to be. Development is about showing up even in little ways and expanding from there. It is not about doing everything at once. Third, employ assistance. There is no shame in clinging to the arm, a handrail, or a counterbalance. We train, not anything we immediately. If you feel unsure during an exercise, it's always better to add support. Then as you get stronger and more stable, you can slowly reduce that support over time. Think of it like training wheels. They're not a weakness, they're part of the process. 4 is set up your space for success. Before you start any of these exercises, make sure you're in a safe, quiet, uncluttered space. Use a sturdy chair with no wheels. If you're stepping up or down, make sure the step doesn't slide and that there's something nearby to hold on to. Avoid slippery socks or smooth tile. If it helps you feel more grounded, wear supportive shoes or go barefoot. This lowers your risk and calms your brain, so your body may concentrate on the exercise. Fifth, even just a few minutes will help you avoid skipping the warm-up. Instead, take 2 to 3 minutes to softly march in place. Swing your arms, perform some shoulder roll to get circulation flowing, joints lubricated, and your muscles for use. Even better for many people, mid-morning or early ticks. Track how you feel, not just what you did, but also when you pair your exercises with a time of the day when your body feels most awake. Your knees feel more stable today than yesterday. Did you sleep better by getting out of your chair? Many people become frustrated because development feels slow, hence they say things like, I should be better by now. Stand longer, walks far. These are the actual wins. They build motivation and help you stay linked to the progress. Numbers cannot always show and ultimately be nice to yourself. Alternatively, I used to be able to do this without thinking. But here's the truth. You're here now. You showed up. You chose movement. And that matters more than you realize. It isn't about giving up. It's about learning how to work with your body, not against it. And when you give your body the right kind of support and the patience it deserves, it will respond. Sometimes slowly, sometimes quickly.
Always in the right direction. So take these exercises and these safety tips, apply them in a way that fits your life, your routine, and your body. And remember, you're not doing this to be perfect. You're doing it to stay independent, to stay active, to keep enjoying the things that matter to you. That's the real goal. In the next and final section, I'll bring everything together and share a few words from the heart to remind you what's possible. No matter your age,
No matter your starting point, let's finish strong. I'm right here with you. So we've come
A long way.
together in this video.
Falls, we talked about why our knees start to feel weaker with age, how to gently build back strength, and one simple shift that can make stairs feel easier and less painful. I hope something in here gave you, not just information, but a little bit of hope. Hope that it's never too late to feel strong, to move more freely, and to take back confidence in your body. If anything we covered today helped you or made you think, I'd love to hear from you. Go ahead and comment below. Share one thing you're taking away, or just type the word hope in the comments. Sometimes that one word is enough to say all. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel and tap the little bell. That way you won't miss any of the upcoming videos. You never know whose life might alter with just a few small gestures. I have planned especially for you. And if you know someone, friend, neighbor, or even a family member who could need this message today, feel free to forward it their way. Thank you for spending this time with me. Keep showing up for yourself. Remember, there is always more strength in you than you think. Take care, and see me in the next video. Just one tiny step at a time will help.